Hello, YouTube. Home Theater Joe here, and as usual, I hope y'all are happy, healthy, and doing well. The Batman, you can't get away from it on all kinds of levels, right? So, I have some interesting thoughts, some observations, and I got to get them out of my head. So, let's do that. Let's work on that right now. All right, The Batman. So, I saw this Thursday evening. Uh, on the East Coast. Let's see, what day is it? It's the 8th today, March the 8th. I saw this. It was opening weekend, right, on a Thursday. And according to, what is this? Deadline. Okay, I don't know. Just something popped up on Google. The Batman opened up to $134 million, and it's expected to hit close to 70 million this weekend coming, about a 50% drop off. Okay, that's interesting. If you recall, I didn't do any spoilers. I was just like, man, I didn't like the movie. So anybody that watched it or follows me, hey, that was my warning. Don't go spend your money on this because it wasn't really good. Now, I should have known that I wouldn't have liked, excuse me, this film. Let me show you why. Matt Reeves. Okay, I'm not hating on this guy, but I just want to go through his work a little bit here. Planet of the Apes? I don't know. Never saw that stuff. Don't care. Cloverfield. I think we can all remember that. That film had a little bit, either you really liked it or you really didn't, and I didn't care for it. I don't even think I sat through the entire film. I didn't see the end though. I did sit, I watched the whole film, but I was just so not connected to it that I don't think I saw the whole thing, is what I should say. So I didn't care for it. 10 Cloverfield Lane. That's a good movie, but I didn't care for it. It's a good movie though. John Goodman, that dude can act. You all know it, and that's a good movie. A lot of these I just haven't seen, right? The Yards, I haven't seen that. Hey, I like Under Siege too. So y'all can hate on me all you want, but that's an okay movie, man. But whatever. So I should have known that this movie, The Batman, was not really going to be, just based on history of work here, his portfolio. I should have known that I wasn't going to be in love with it. And so let me say this before I move on. The movie itself, and let me just hide this. So silly, right? So the movie itself is bad to me for so many reasons. And I'm just talking about movies. The way it's shot, how it's done, the writing, the plot, all that stuff, right? That's what I'm talking about. But it has apparently, it sparked a good bit of, this is what Hollywood does, right? So I stumble across this, right? I don't know this young man. Let's see. This is Black Conservative Perspective. So I saw this entire video or listened to it this morning. It's about 30 minutes long. And I subscribed to this guy this morning because, as you know, like he's got perspective right there in his channel title. And I love the word perspective. I love the meaning. I love the idea of perspective. So, hey, I've only seen one video this guy did, but good on him, man. So if you get a chance, maybe check that guy out. Maybe you'll know something already about him. I don't know. But anyway, Young Ripper. I'm not subscribed to Young Ripper. I think he works for Glenn Beck, right? Right, that Glenn Beck Network, whatever it's called. No disrespect, I just don't watch, don't listen. So I'm not a huge Young Ripper fan, and to be fair, he identifies, I believe, as a libertarian, right? Yeah, we're going there. That's where we're going, unfortunately. So then I guess he's on the show with Jody's Corner. You guys can check all this out. For me, it was kind of silly, honestly. The Batman, and this is why, I think Hollywood has done it again. Division. You know, division. That's what Hollywood is really good at, man. That's what they've been doing so well for so long. And I haven't always like been keen to this, and I've always played a part of it, you know. But man, it's real. So now, and there are some obvious statements in the film. And I try not to be political. I don't, although I have a lot of opinions on this stuff, I just try not to be political because I think that's a personal thing, right? And I don't want to get into the politics of what the movie talks about or what these gentlemen, Young Ripa and Jody, are talking about. I'm just here to make a simple observation about division. Yeah, division. You know, and while I'm thinking about all this morning, I want to say something else I'm noticing on YouTube. Let me just sidetrack here. Let me shift gears, get into the weeds a little bit, and tell you that I'm beginning to feel like YouTube feed, like everybody's YouTube feed, is probably a little bit like Facebook. Whatever shows up on my news feed, whatever is tailored to me, specific to me, or my likes, right? And it's not going to be the same. Well, it could be the same as somebody else's, but it's probably going to be different, especially different from somebody would say a different ideology from me. And I'm not sure how this stuff has been on my feed lately, but it's so interesting to me. And I just keep watching these things. Um, and I want to say it's a lot of woman hate, straight up woman hate, female hate going on YouTube. All these videos and all these people, maybe they keep showing to me in my feed because I keep listening to them. Um, and while I find what these people are saying about the obvious terrible representation for the female species, whatever they're saying is usually correct, but it's done in such a manner. And at the end of the day, I'm wondering, do we want to separate men and women? What do we want? Do we want men to hate women and women to hate men? Well, just take a look at our divorce rate in this country and that whole arena. I'm not married, never been divorced, but oh, wow. Seems to be a rat's nest. So let's jump back in here into Batman. Again, I don't want to be political. Listen, if you want to see the film, go see the film, right? I encourage people, do what you want to do with your money. And, whether you agree with the messaging in the film or not is not my point. My point is Hollywood, they got their claws in to the American culture, just like the music industry, just like television, just like news, legacy media. They got their claws into this, into our culture, into the American culture. And for the last couple years now, I've been on a different trip. I just, I look at people as people, and a few things I've learned. Number one, nothing surprises me when it comes to people because people do what people do. But number two, everyone is in a box. Everyone is, has to have this identity. Oh, and Batman, the Batman, well, it goes there, and it even tries to skate both sides of the line. I can pick out particular things that could be seen from the perspective of different ideologies. It's kind of crazy. So I the Batman has all that going for it, and now we look at Young Ripa and Jody like this. This is not the only. That's just what I decided to show you as an example. It is all over YouTube right now about the Batman, social media about the Batman. And nobody's talking about this. Well, some people are. I'm sorry. Pardon me for yelling. Feel some kind of way about this. There are some people talking about the movie. Those people that are just praising the movie so hardly or so abundantly, I don't feel like it's genuine because they say nothing of the statements in the movie and then just reference how beautiful or good the movie is. Is that all it takes these days to have a good movie? Is that it? Is that all it takes? Let me give you a little film here. This reminds me of Elysium. Elysium, have you ever seen it in 4K, on a decent sound system? It sounds incredible and it looks glorious. It's a terrible movie, in my estimation. Matt Damon, hey, I like him in a lot of stuff. Okay. The Martian, Goodwill Hunting, like he's done some good stuff. That was a terrible role for him, and I feel like he ruined the entire. I feel like the movie was just laughable. He could not sell that character to me. That's my personal opinion, but that doesn't take away from how beautiful the movie is. How the sound engineers, how good they did, the cinematographers, the script, the plot, which by the way is about class division, which is what Hollywood's been pumping out for some time now. All division. So that's what I mean. Like, I'm not even talking about how bad the movie was, in my opinion. Yeah, it was shot. I do like dark, gritty film. I felt like the color palette was good, but the movie itself, y'all, was not good. There was not a whole lot of consistency from our characters. Well, there was from some, but from say like Catwoman, there wasn't a whole lot of consistency. I don't want to beat up on her. Um, and now Zoe Kravitz, apparently she's come out and said how she didn't get a role because of her color, her skin color, which Zoe Kravitz is gorgeous. I did not know this. She's the daughter of Lenny Kravitz. Guys, I love Lenny Kravitz. Hey, are you going to go my way? We love that guy, right? We love him around here. And it makes me, what did you teach your daughter, man? What did you teach your daughter to make her so colorblind is the wrong word, man. She only sees in color, and I don't like it. You can look into that. What she said about not getting a role, and I did briefly look into it, and I don't know that there's a lot of validity to that, but I'm gonna leave that alone. That's for y'all to decide if you choose to look into it. Pattinson, he was okay, but you know what? The film, there was so many things wrong with the film. I thought, okay, and just because it might sound good, which in the theater I was in, I did not like the sound, or just because it might look good, doesn't mean it's a good film, right? In my opinion, the Batman. Nobody's talking about how bad it is. I feel like because it's all ideological, or party line talk, whatever side of the aisle you're on, division, divisiveness, and then I find out Batman makes $134 million opening weekend U.S. And I'm thinking to myself, us Americans, man, we're pretty dumb. We're usually late to the party. Takes us a while to figure stuff out. But Hollywood's got the claws in so deep, they give you this trash movie and people think it's good because there's some political messaging inside that movie. Forget about the days where you could just go to a movie theater, forget about whatever was happening in the outside world, in your personal life, and escape and just enjoy a film or a concert or a sporting event. Yeah, those days are long gone. Politicalness, ideology, it's involved in everything. It's sickening to me. And all it does is divide, divide. So we got $134 million worth of receipts here from people that are pretty much saying, man, I love this movie. It's a great movie. I'm the only guy out here like, I don't know, man. Well, that's not true. I didn't like the film. I've heard a couple of you, but they're like, I don't like the film. The people I've heard, race, this, that, blah, blah, blah. They're talking about this and ideology and politics and blah, 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 and class lines. Yeah, I thought all that was true too, but it was a dumb movie. It was bad. It was long. It was dumb. All my opinion. I'm just a guy talking to my laptop. I'm a dumb old floor man from Virginia. Don't believe me? Don't take my word for it. Go see it if you want to. Go spend your money. $134 million this thing made domestically. I'm ashamed. Wow, I thought people, and here's my prediction for you. I'm going to hope that my American brethren, male, female, red, green, blue, black, white, whatever you are, I hope that film doesn't see $70 million this weekend. I hope the people are just sick of it. We all wanted to go see a Batman movie, man. I wanted to go see a Batman movie. Took my womans. We never go anywhere. I just want to go see a movie, man. Just forget about some things for a while. We got a lot going on in our lives. I had to sit through 3 hours of that trash, in my opinion. So, hey, the division, the divisiveness, it's got a lot of people in the country, man. In a good way that to prove me wrong, to know that I'm wrong, would be for this movie to not hit that 50% estimate of what it took in the opening weekend. Say this movie takes in 24 million, 30 million this weekend coming. If it did that, I could be sure that the American people, they're sick of getting crap rammed down their throat. But at $134 million opening weekend, I'm not so sure that that's where we're at. So, yeah, go see the Batman if you will. Sure. Let me know what you think about it. By the way, I'm going to live stream it. We're going to do a live stream of this, man. And I want to hear anybody. I want to hear anybody come in and talk about it. Email me, HomeTheaterJoe81@gmail.com. And hopefully before that stream, maybe I can get you on, dude. We can talk. I want to hear what other people have to say about it. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm hyped up, man. I'm just working myself up the more we go. So we just got to cut this off. This is almost 20 minutes now. We're going to cut this off. But I just had to get that out, man. My ultimate point here for how bad that movie was and all the political and all the messaging, all the ideological messaging in that movie, it was just a bad movie, in my opinion. But the divisiveness, man, and what I'm seeing, people on the interwebs, people on social media, YouTube, Twitter, whatever you say, this is the last thing we'll say about it. Everybody, debating about this movie. This is a political discussion. This is a real discussion for 2022. This is what we talk about. This is in our culture. I don't like it. It's division. That's all it is. Damn, I had a really good point there to end off with. And it kind of escapes me. But it is ultimately division. And Hollywood's so good at it, man. And all these people, oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you, me. Here's the ultimate point, or one of the ultimate points, excuse me. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want to name, Rumble, Minds, Guild, whatever there is out there. That's not really direct, is it? That's not really what I'm doing now. Is not really a conversation. Do you know what I believe has the ultimate power in 2022? And this is something I just realized recently. It's the spoken word, y'all. And all we do is run around out here talk about technology. Oh, it's 2022. Technology. Oh, my life is so good. Look at this great movie. Look at that. The spoken word is still the most powerful because at the end of the day, we're just listening to people on a screen talk at us about stuff, talk about the Batman movie. And then that just makes all these other people out here in the land, little USA land here, get their panties in a bunch. They start talking about it. They just division, man. And I got to be smarter than that these days. Yeah. I don't like Batman because I don't like the film. I thought it was bad. A bad film. Melodramatic. Yeah. That's not even to say the political stuff that was in that film. And it was on both sides of the line. It wasn't on left or just right. Wait a minute. How does that look to y'all? It wasn't on just right and left. Excuse me. Sorry. Everybody's getting sick around here. I'm getting out of here. I'm done rambling. But anyway. Yeah, that's it. If you have any questions or comments, good, bad, or indifferent, I really want to hear. Please put them down below. I really want to know what other people think of the Batman. And more importantly, y'all, we got to get over this man versus woman, black versus white. We're all human beings, man. And man, if you could have told me I'd be saying this 20, 30 years ago, I'd tell you, no. That's some hippie talk. I'm getting older and a little wiser, y'all. That's all I'm going to do. I got to end this. All right. As always, thank you for listening. Be good. Be safe. Boom. Boom.